Welcome to The Blend. My name is Steve Benz. We are broadcasting live from our downtown studios in Chicago. This week, I've got a great guest. Everybody knows this guy's voice. Everybody knows his music. He's got brand new music out. He's got a brand new CD out next month. He is on tour. Let's welcome Scott Stapp to the show.
Today's the first show of the tour, man. So we're getting all set up and excited, man.
I would think that touring after all the years, Lord knows, I look back. You've been around 20 years, my friend. Is touring a grind?
You know, I think when you've got new music you're excited about, and you're have a good vibe and a good hang with your band, and life is good, and you're just having a good time. You're living your passion. You're living your dream, man. And so I think that's what keeps it fresh and new for me.
So how'd you pick the band? I would think that would be difficult.
You know, 5 years ago is when we formed, and you know, it's a lot of networking and just meeting people, and it just kind of organically came together. You know, and you know, I was fortunate that you know, we made the right picks, and the guys are so cool, and we've become so close as friends.
I would think the first time they walked into studio to audition from you, they'd say, "Man, you're that guy. You're that guy."
Well, you know, I think they shared that after the fact. You know, maybe a year or two later, you know, shared with me that they were, you know, their excitement and nervousness and just, you know, that they were fans prior to getting the call or to submitting and me calling them back. But you know, we've grown way past that now, and but yeah, it was cool because they're a lot younger than me, and so they grew up listening to my music and Creed, and the only one that's my age is our bass player, Sammy Hudson, who is the former bass player for Everclear.
Now, isn't it kind of weird that you and we look back and we say, "Oh man, these cats are younger than us. They'll never get us."
Well, it's strange, man. I mean, you know, I think rock and roll kind of keeps you young, and it keeps you young at heart, and you know, even though you know, the age differences in the band are as much as 20 years with one of my guitar players, you wouldn't know that. Because we're all just, you know, living the dream,
sure,
so to speak, doing what we love, and the music takes down the age barriers, and we just love to rock out, and you know, so we don't think about it.
So as they looked at you and said, "You're the guy," who influenced you when you first started out? Like, who did you want to be?
I first saw, when I was probably 9 or 10 years old, I was at a friend's house, and we were watching MTV, and Def Leppard Photograph came on.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember just being enamored by the video and the song. And right at that moment, I said, I want to be that guy. I want to do what he's doing. And I'll never forget that moment. It's kind of an indelible imprint on my brain.
So have you had a chance to meet the guys from Def Leppard? Really cool guys.
Yeah, I actually, when I was in Europe, got interviewed by one of the members in Def Leppard. He has a radio show that he does on the side over there, I guess, when he's not on tour. Great guy and really cool.
Like Joe has time, you know, lead singer of Def Leppard. Like he has freaking time to do a radio show. Yeah,
man. He does. I mean, on his time off tour, I guess he does.
He's stepping on my stuff. You know, he's supposed to be on my show. Joe is great. Those guys are great. They're always willing to talk to fans. They're always willing to do call-ins. Are you like that too? If a fan walked up to you, you know, like when you show up here in Chicago, I think twice in the next 6 weeks, can fans approach you? You're approachable, are you not?
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, I think it's just, I appreciate them so much, and you know, I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for them. Yep. And I haven't never forgotten that. And you know, never turned a fan away, and always give them my time.
Now, with even the bumps in the road, and we all go through it, I was going to comment, you've got new music out. You've got a new CD on the way next month. Do you feel like you're like reboot your life with everything that's gone on?
Oh, absolutely. I think over the last 5 years, there was an absolute reboot.
Yep.
I mean, I went through a decade of, it's no secret, highly publicized struggles. And to have 5 years sober now, and,
Right.
and it's absolutely been a reboot and a fresh start. And it's like regaining your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting, man, to be enjoying this with clarity and excitement and passion, and all the distractions and everything that took the conversation away from my music and into my personal life. It's good to be on the other side of that and hopefully make the conversation about the music again.
And rightly so. Let's face it. We live both in a very, very tough industry. We've lost contemporaries, both of us, that we've known for years and years and years. And, dude, getting that 5-year chip is huge. Much love for you for that.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I haven't arrived, man. I still take it one day at a time, 24 hours at a time. And, for me, I found that when I do it that way, it makes it much easier because I feel like I can do anything for 24 hours.
Yep.
And when I finally grasped that concept, that's when the real change began, because it did, it's hard to digest forever.
Yeah.
But it's easy to digest today.
Yep.
And that mentality kind of, changed my entire perspective in life, and just continuing to try to live in the moment, live in the present, and live in the now. And it's so nice to be on the other side of a little over a decade-long battle with depression and self-medication.
Yeah. And again, much support to you. There are days where we're just happy that we wake up. Don't you think?
Man,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I'm living that right now, and have been for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I've been so blessed with my family, and we just had another baby, my wife and I, a year and a half ago, and I tell you, to be able to wake up and be present in their lives and be a husband and a father and experience the joys of that, as well as still being able to make music and have that passion. It's just a gift. And so gratitude is an important part of my daily outlook, man.
And that usually gets us to, or it should get us to, the new CD. You've got The Space Between the Shadows. I've listened to all the new tracks that have been sent out. Obviously, you're making some sort of commentary to some of your contemporaries that are now gone. Would that be true?
Yeah, there's one particular song called Gone Too Soon, that was inspired in part by the passing of Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, as well as, just flipping through the news around the same time as Chester died, and seeing, all the overdoses, the suicide rates skyrocketing, school shootings, all the different losses that we have and that we're surrounded with and inundated with. All that kind of came together at once. But really, the passing of Chris and then Chester sparked the initial thought, and then throwing all those other elements in there really pushed the song out of me. And so that's a song that's really special to me because, I also look at it too from the standpoint of, that could have been me and should have been me.
Right.
And so I'm so grateful that I'm here to be able to create a song like that hopefully can bring some healing, but also some awareness, because I really, really want to take what I've gone through in my life and become an advocate for those out there that are suffering in silence, whether it be with mental health issues or addiction.
Now, with that, I have to compliment you. I listened to that first track. And I thought to myself, where would I put you in comparison with other music legends that are out there? And you're certainly a legend of your time. There's no doubt about that. And I thought to myself, you have a voice that's got like a growl to it. You've got sensitive lyrics, even from your Creed days, and then you got this heavy, heavy guitar. It's very, some people may argue with me, it's very Pete Townsend from The Who. What do you think?
I'm humbled that you would even put me in the same sentence with Pete, and I've never even thought about that.
Yeah. Listen to a Who song, the lyrics that he has, and the band behind him.
Someone mentions you in the same sentence with someone, who's that incredibly gifted, I'm I'm humbled by it, and would, my instantaneous reaction would be, I'm not Pete. I'm not in that same sentence. But thank you, man. I mean, that means a lot.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the sound and the lyrics. And I was just thinking, just before you called in, going, man, you know what? This guy should cover Behind Blue Eyes. You've got that type of voice.
That I haven't done any covers on a record. I recently did a YouTube cover for a show I did.
Yeah.
And the fans really reacted to it. So it's definitely something to think about. And if I do it, I will give you credit.
That's all that we want in this world is a little bit of credit. Just right there. Say, hey, this dude from Chicago, that's how it goes. So what can we expect from your shows this summer? Who is Scott all about now without the big sound and the big band of Creed?
Well, it's still a big rock show, man.
Okay.
We bring the full production. We try to take that arena feel and bring it into whatever venue we're playing in. And so, of course, I'll be introducing my new record
to
the fans, prior to the album release on July 19th. I'm still going to be playing 5 songs off the new record, 4 of which you can get now if you pre-order the record. So that way you'll be familiar with them prior to the show. And then I'm playing some songs off my other solo records.
Right.
And then, of course, some songs from my Creed catalog.
Yep.
So it's really going to be a show of where I am today, but also, the music that people have known me for.
Yeah, I always thought when...
Kind of a historical journey from the inception to the new record.
Sure. I always thought when bands, you guys fight all the time. It happens. It's a brotherhood. It's a family. That's what happens. And when someone kind of spins off, does some solo work, and when I don't hear the original music from whatever group you guys were from, and there's a variety of guys, if you don't play the Creed music, people are going to walk away. They're not going to be happy. They need to hear it. Just like if you were to go see David Lee Roth and he didn't play any of the Van Halen songs. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you're going to play some of the Creed music.
Most definitely. I think the same with Hagar and other guys. I've gotten a sense from my fans that they're excited about the music, but they also still want to hear work from my past.
Yeah.
And I went to a U2 concert probably I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. Don't hold me to that.
Sure.
But it was their Nashville show.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't play anything off the Joshua Tree.
What?
And
What?
Although I was happy with the show, I was disappointed because I wanted to hear a few of those songs that connected so much with me and were some of their biggest hits of their career.
Yeah.
And so that just reaffirmed to me that how I'm presenting my shows and what I'm doing and carrying on the legacy that we started with Creed, even though I'm bringing in new material, is important for the fans. And I still connect with the songs, man, and still love playing them. So it's good for myself and for the fans.
First, we need to tweet out to Bono, tell him your disappointment. I'm right there. I'll retweet it for you.
It was just I think everyone there kind of wanted to hear With or Without You,
right?
Streets Have No Name, and then some stuff off Octoon Baby. But we love U2, so we were still happy.
Yeah, and then you go see Paul McCartney. He plays for 4 hours. He plays everything.
Yeah, man, that guy's a legend, dude. Obviously, Sir Paul,
That's right.
and still doing it at his age is just mind-blowing.
He just turned 77
Yeah.
past couple of days. Can you imagine you 77 and still rocking out?
I don't know, man. We'll take it a decade at a time and see if that's in the cards.
Right. We'll take turning 45, right? Don't you turn 45 this year or something?
I turned 46.
Oh, 46.
Believe it
Okay.
or not.
See, those are some milestones.
Yeah, man.
Walking out there at 46, still playing it. But you got the shorter hair now. I saw some commentary about that. Do you feel lighter, kind of, able to jump around more without the long hair?
The long hair was such a crutch, I think, and something that I got so comfortable with
Sure.
on stage as just part of my performance, and so this is with Creed, when we got back together in 2009 and toured through 2009 through 2012, I had the shaved head look. So I know what it feels like not to have the prop and the hair to bang around, and just wanted to start with a fresh, clean look and present something new to my fans and for myself. Kind of out with the old and in with the new.
Right.
And so, we're still rocking, man. You just won't see the locks flopping in the wind.
But they like it. They still like it. They like how you look now, and I can appreciate that. I had to cut mine off. Eventually.
My kids actually liked it better.
Yeah.
I think deep down inside they were like, "Dad, why do you look different than all the other dads at school?" And they were keeping that inside. And when I got my haircut, they just lit up, and they were like, "Oh, we love it. And then all these feelings started coming out
Right.
about how they didn't like it before, but they never said anything. So, as long as I can make them happy, that's all that matters.
Oh, my God. That reminds me of my daughter going, "Dad, just cut it. Just cut it off already. Do not grow it back ever." Oh, my God. Well, it'd be a mistake for me not to mention your With Arms Wide Open Foundation. That is just something to really appreciate just in life. Tell us about that.
Well, I started the foundation in 1998, and it was originally started to help children and families in need. And then as I, went through my struggles in life that kind of came on and started around 25, 26, it really opened my eyes that there are others out there that suffer with depression, with any other mental health issues, anxiety, PTSD, you name it, as well as addiction. And so we expanded the scope of what the foundation does, and now we help vets that are suffering with those issues, other people that are suffering with those issues, suicide prevention.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really expanded. And I think that's part of, finding that purpose for your pain.
Right.
And that's really, what that song is all about, is taking, situations in your life that may have been a struggle or a challenge or adversity or even a tragedy. And even though you still feel the pain, and that pain is real and that experience is still real, for me, getting to the other side of it and then realizing, you know what, I can take this experience. It wasn't in vain. It wasn't a waste, and I can use it to help somebody else who's going through the same thing. And so it kind of redefines that experience and takes the shame and embarrassment in particular for my situation,
Mm-hmm.
and turns it into a positive where now I can use that experience to connect and help with people who are going through the same things.
Right. And with that, you're going to be on tour. You're already on tour. Where can they go? And before you tell us that, one last question. What do you think your legacy is going to be?
I don't know, man. I think it's still being written. I think the first half,
Okay.
of course, is well defined with Creed, but I really feel like I'm just starting right now with the second half, and so that's really out of my hands. but I really hope that a key element of the story is about overcoming adversity,
Right.
right, and making a change, and for the good, and then helping others along the way.
Right. Helping others without making it a PR stunt. I appreciate that, my friend.
Well, I'd say, it's something, like I said, that I've been doing since '98 that I never talked about publicly. And so, now with what I've gone through so publicly, using that platform can increase the amount of people that we can help by letting people know that it's there.
Yep.
And so I want to finally use that platform and not just keep it something that I do behind the scenes and self-fund, because more people can be reached if there's awareness.
Hey, if that's your legacy, that's what it should be. That would be the greatest legacy of all time, if you ask me, to be remembered for that.
You're exactly right, man.
So tell us where they could go to get your new music and get the latest and greatest.
ScottStapp.com. And if you go to ScottStapp.com/pre-order, like I said, you can pre-order the record now and get the new tunes that I'll be playing live prior to July 19th. So we can rock those out together along with the ones that the fans already know.
Scott, thank you so much for calling the show. You are welcome back anytime, and maybe we'll get you to play live on like Facebook Live or something. What do you think?
Oh, sounds good, brother. Let's just do it, man.
Dude, I'm going to see you this weekend at Arcata or when you come back in July in Arlington Heights.
Cool, man. Well, I look forward to seeing you, man. Make sure you come and we connect, all right?
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, thank you, brother. Talk soon.